What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a very exciting AMC update video to get into. We're going to go over all of the typical things, a little bit of the technical analysis, the Stonk tracker data, the 13F filings, and the short interest. Something else I do want to touch on is Adam Aron did put out a tweet today asking Apes if they would like AMC to start accepting Shiba shortly after they already start to accept these other cryptocurrencies, and overwhelmingly high majority said yes. So that looks to be on the near-term horizon. I also want to go over what caused this massive spike today that sent some FOMO buyers buying into AMC and how this is likely to continue after earnings. We also have a lot of other things to go over, so we are not going to waste any time. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about AMC accepting Shiba Inu? I think it's going to be a big win for AMC overall. But let's get into this video. And while we're getting into it, something else that I do want to point out, I actually have the video rendering right now. It's about a 50-minute video, so later on tonight, be watching for, this is the best AMC video that you guys could ever watch. It's about, like I said, 50 minutes long, so definitely get a cold one, some popcorn, bananas, whatever you guys want to do. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. It's a movie-style basis with Lisa Su and CNBC. Interviewing Matt Kors, Trey Trades, the Silverback extensively, but also Better Market CEO, a bunch of people going over what is going on with AMC. I think it's just very entertaining and very cool overall. So that's that. I did want to put that in there. Just be watching for that later on tonight. But let's talk about the move today that we've seen. We were at a low of $34.53 per share, rallied all the way up to $36.63 per share in a very volatile move that only lasted about 20 minutes, and then we came back down and then came back up a little bit, up to about $36.15 per share, and then we have slowly been melting all the way down. And what this was unusual whales tweeted this 3 hours ago. AMC estimated revenues at $768.6 million versus $119.5 million last year, a 543% increase. We actually covered this in yesterday's video. This is Zach's consensus estimate for AMC's earnings, and the earnings, I believe, are going to be on November 9th. We have not gotten actual clarity. It was believed they were going to be on Monday, November 1st. I have heard November 7th. But on Robinhood, on other places, it says November 9th. So we're just going to go with that. So we do have a little bit of time before this does happen. That will be next week. Not next week, but the week after that, I do believe. So definitely be watching out for that. Yeah, that'll be the week after next week. So definitely see how we set up into earnings. I don't expect any big moves until then. But on earnings, you're looking at some incredible information that comes out. And in that video that I'm going to be uploading, it kind of makes me, you know, a little happy, emotional thinking about it. Adam Aron did say, you know, the future of AMC, its success is going to be, he said, in the next 6, 12, 18, or 30 months, they're going to be branching out into a totally different business than what they have done over the past 100 years. They said they were very successful in the movie theater industry, but what they plan to do going ahead into the future is going to define the future of AMC. And that video was just incredible. Just makes me happy, emotional thinking about it. I definitely highly recommend you guys, if you don't watch any other video of mine, check that one out. Like I said, it's about 50 minutes long, but that's the situation. Estimated revenues as $768.6 million. I think the revenues are going to come in higher than that, probably close to $1 billion, due to all the box office numbers we have got, all of the different things Adam Aron has done for the business. There's been a lot of innovations with playing UFC fights, NFL games. There's been so much. The list could go on and on and on. We can make a whole nother video on this, but I don't think this is really being priced in for Zach's consensus estimate, this figure right here. As to what the numbers are actually going to be, like I said, probably closer to $1 billion, and probably pretty close to actually seeing a profit. So on earnings, you're going to get big announcements, great numbers, and you're going to see a reason for that FOMO buying to come back into the stock. And just this number, this tweet that we got today, caused the stock to have an impressive move to the upside, up at one point about 4% from being down about 2.5%. And to be quite honest with you guys, in this day and age, we need, well, obviously FOMO is in the marketplace, but we need to continue to see that FOMO, some good news come out, and some, like, confirmed news. So this was not confirmed, this is estimates, right? So if we see confirmed news coming out on earnings, that's where you're going to see that big rally, and you're going to see that continued FOMO buyer coming back into the stock. And me personally, I want to be in AMC. I want to be fully vested and ready for the rally. I don't want to be one of the people that are FOMO buying into AMC. I would much rather be a part of this before that actually does happen. So that is the situation there. I'm sure you guys have seen. If you have not, 81.2% of people believe they should accept Shiba for sure. 7.1% say yes, the more the merrier. 4.2% says no, you have enough choice. And 7.5% said no, don't take Shiba Inu. So overwhelmingly high majority, over 85% of people say yes, accept Shiba Inu. And this is going to be another reason yet again to FOMO buy into AMC. So just incredible update right here. The other thing you guys need to know is that the Fed meeting is next week, November 2nd through the 3rd. So people are expecting, analysts and basically everybody in the markets are expecting the Fed to announce their tapering program, which will last for about 6 months. Whereas essentially they've been buying about $80 billion of bonds, junk bonds in the market, and about $40 billion of mortgage-backed securities every single month since the pandemic started. They're going to start slowly lowering that. So I believe they're going to be lowering it 10 to 15 billion per set for every single month for about 6 months before they're at about the normal, I believe, 20 billion mortgage-backed securities and 20 billion of just regular bonds. So that is the situation with that. Watch for that announcement. If it does come, which is highly anticipated, it will be coming. You could see market volatility. I think it's pretty much priced in at this current moment. So I don't expect anything too crazy, but we could get some announcements that could be on the crazy side and could send investors a little bit buck wild. And if that happens, AMC is at the full mercy of the markets still. Do not forget that. AMC does have a negative beta when it comes down to normal market environments, not big catalysts like this one. Now, the Ortex data signifying 16.8% short interest of free float, 86 million shares that are sold short, return shares on the day of 463.47 thousand, borrowed shares of 229.7 thousand. And what I want to point out, something I always talk about, is this return share number is not shorts covering. It may be, but it's really coming from the free float on loan, what they are actually doing. And the free float on loan are shares that have not been sold short into the marketplace yet. So we're at 20.44% free float on loan that is obviously out on loan that has not been sold short. 16.8% of that has actually been sold short already. So you have about a 4% difference, and you're likely seeing these return shares coming from the free float on loan. And just to point out yet again, I've already talked about this in another video, but we did get the exchange reported short interest data. October 15th was the settlement date, so that was the day these numbers were these numbers. The release date was October 26th, and the short interest was 18.03%, and the days to cover at 2.22 days to cover, reflecting that low volume. But we are seeing 16.8% short interest of free float. That is the estimate. And from October 15th till now, we really haven't seen any price action move to the upside. Only one day, and I don't think that caused, you know, the short interest to go down about 2%. So take all of this information, at least on Ortex, with a big grain of salt. And always friendly reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial planner or your dad, so ultimately come to your own conclusions. That is very, very important. You are responsible for your investment decisions and what you plan to do with your investment. Always stay true to your guns and your own conviction. But me personally, I have been loading up on AMC. I think there's going to be a massive rally. Like I've said multiple times, you cannot convince me or pay me to sell my AMC positions. And on that note, if you guys want to be notified every time I do buy AMC or buy any other stock option and or crypto, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, or long-term investment, check out the link down below in the description for the buy and sell alerts. That literally pays for itself. So that is all the Ortex data that you guys need to know. As far as the 13F Filings. Let's go ahead and refresh this to see if any new ones did come out. Go to institutional owners. It might take a second to load as we are getting more filings that are starting to come out. And let's see, where are we currently at? So I did have to cut the video because this was taking forever to load, but still incredibly bullish overall. Two firms that are reporting they have sold their AMC positions. One of those positions was a put position, so obviously bullish right there, but a majority of these owners, and Simplex Trading is, I believe, the third or fourth largest long holder and short holder of AMC, with a put position of about 14.5 million shares and a call position of about 4.6 million shares, and then a regular share position at $55.45 per share of 1.5 million shares. So they're definitely, more on the long side than on the short side, but still overwhelmingly high majority of institutions have been holding on to their positions, and a lot of these are well over where we currently are at about $35 per share, and even Simplex Trading $55 per share. That is incredible to see these firms holding on. That means there is much more in store for AMC. A firm would not hold on to a position they thought was going to go down in value. They would cut the loss, get out of the position while they still could. So incredibly bullish right there. As far as the stock tracker data, we're not looking at anything too crazy. What I want you guys to know is really pay attention to the monthly option expiration dates. And November 19th, that's going to be the big one that is coming up in the near term future. That is going to be right after earnings, and it's going to be very important to see what kind of FOMO buying activity does happen, how this option chain does start to populate. But you are looking at 7,300 for calls that are in the money, 173,000 calls that are out of the money, very large amounts. And then December 17th, 24,000 calls that are in the money, 177,000 that are currently in the money. And then the big one, the big gamma squeeze potential we're looking at is January 21st, 2022. Like we point out, about 250,000 calls that are out of the money, 126,000 calls that are currently in the money. So definitely pretty much all of this is bullish around AMC. You could not convince me to sell my shares at this current moment. Now, as far as up until earnings, I think we're just going to bounce around in between $35 and $40 per share. On the low, $33. On the high end, about $45 per share. We've really just been trading sideways, and until we have a reason to see those FOMO buyers buying into the stock, like I said, you're probably not going to see a continued sustained rally. So that is going to be all for this video. If you guys got value out of it, hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, link for the buy and sell alerts in the description of this video, as well as a link for public if you guys want to get a brokerage or join a brokerage that does not use payment for order flow whatsoever. Your orders go straight to the lit exchanges, and they have a great program. You get up to $70 in your choice free stock. It only takes about 3 minutes time to sign up and receive your free stock, and you can also link a debit card. That is something that is very different, that I love, that is different from all of these other platforms. They make it very easy to fund your portfolio instead of going through the whole process of a micro deposit, report that deposit to them, and then wait another day or so to have that actually confirmed. Very easy to deposit funds onto the program. And like I said in the beginning of this video, make sure you guys check out the video that I am uploading, hopefully not shortly after this one. It's about 50 minutes long, so like I said, be sure to bring a drink, whatever you guys want, but this is more like a movie. Definitely check it out. A lot of value in that, a lot of entertainment whatsoever, and you guys will just feel a lot of pride, probably feel, the same way that I do currently. I mean, even right now thinking about it, it's making me, happy, emotional. So definitely check that out. You guys will not be disappointed. So that is all. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one.